I've worked at Distribution Center 7 for 3 years now. That's what we call it. DC-7. Not a warehouse. Corporate is very specific about that. The place is massive. 24 miles of conveyor belts, shelving units that disappear into darkness so complete our headlamps can't find the ceiling. Everything's automated. The floorbots run constantly, their sensors blinking red in the dark like cigarettes. The whole place hums with a sound that gets into your bones during the overnight shift. They gave me the rules on day 1. A laminated card, company logo at the top. I still have it in my locker. Rule 3. If a ghost tote arrives at your station, don't touch it. Let it pass on the belt. It's collecting things we can't see. Rule 14. If the automated floorbots start circling you in a perfect ring, stop moving immediately. They aren't cleaning. They're measuring you for a box. Rule 22. Never enter aisle 404. If you find yourself there, don't look at the inventory. It's not for humans. There's 87 rules total. Most of them make sense in a weird way once you've been here long enough. Don't stand under the high shelves during a power flush. Don't follow the conveyor belts past Section K. Don't make eye contact with anyone in the break room after 3 a.m. You learn to treat them like safety regulations. Put on your hard hat, watch for forklifts, don't touch the ghost totes. I never broke a rule until last Tuesday. That's when they took Maya. Maya started the same week I did. We ran adjacent stations in Sector C, scanning and sorting the endless stream of totes that came down the line. She was the kind of person who made 12-hour shifts bearable. We'd time our breaks together. She knew how I took my coffee. 3 months ago, things shifted between us. Nothing official, just hands that lingered when passing tools. Conversations that lasted past clockout. Last Tuesday, management announced a power flush for the overnight shift. Power flushes are brutal. They shut down all the belts, kill most of the lights, and run a complete inventory reset of the entire facility. Every item gets rescanned. Every tote gets rerouted. The overnight crew has to spread out across all 24 miles and manually verify the system. It takes 6 hours minimum. Maya and I got assigned to opposite ends of the facility. She headed towards Sector M. I watched her headlamp disappear into the dark forest of shelving units. "Stay safe," I called after her. She turned, smiled. "Follow the rules, Jason." That was the last normal thing she said to me. The power flush started at midnight. The main lights dropped to emergency mode. The conveyor belts went silent for the first time I could remember, and that silence was worse than the noise. You could hear everything. The floorbots clicking across concrete, the ventilation system breathing, footsteps that might have been yours or might have been someone else's echoing from 3 sectors away. I was 2 hours into my verification route when my radio crackled. "Jason." Maya's voice, but wrong. Flat. "I need help." I pressed the talk button. "Where are you?" Static. Then, aisle 404. My stomach dropped. "Maya, get out of there! You know the rules!" "I can't." Her voice was so quiet I had to press the radio against my ear. "Jason, I can't move my legs. I ran. I wasn't supposed to. During a power flush, you're supposed to stay in your assigned sector. But I ran anyway, cutting through the dark between shelving units, my headlamp bouncing off endless walls of cardboard and plastic. The facility navigation is designed to be simple. Numbered aisles, lettered sectors. But during a power flush, something happens to the layout. Aisles you've walked 100 times suddenly dead end. Sectors connect in ways they shouldn't. The floorbots move in patterns that seem almost intentional, hurting you. I found myself in parts of the facility I'd never seen. The shelving units looked older here. The products on them were wrong. Unmarked boxes, containers that seemed to shift when I wasn't looking directly at them. That's when I saw the aisle marker. 404. It shouldn't exist. The aisles in Sector C only go up to 380. But there it was, printed on the same corporate signage as every other aisle. The shelving units on either side disappeared into absolute darkness. "Maya?" I called out. "Here." Her voice came from somewhere deep in the aisle. "I'm here. But Jason, don't look at the inventory." Don't look what's on the shelves. I stepped into aisle 404. My headlamp caught the edge of the first shelving unit. The boxes were breathing. I don't mean that metaphorically. The cardboard expanded and contracted with a rhythm like lungs. Some of the containers were transparent. Inside them, I could see things suspended in gel. Things that looked organic. A hand, perfectly preserved, barcode sticker on the wrist, an eye, still blinking. Coils of what might have been intestines or might have been cable wiring. It was hard to tell where the biology ended and the machinery began. Every single item had a barcode. Every single item had a shipping label. I forced myself to keep walking, not looking at the inventory. Maya was 30 feet into the aisle, standing perfectly still. Her work vest looked different, tighter. When I got closer, I realized why. It was fusing with her skin. The fabric had begun to merge with her arms, her neck. The Walmart logo was sinking into her chest like a brand. She was trembling, but she wasn't trying to move. Rule 14, she whispered. The floorbots. I looked down. 6 floorbots had formed a perfect circle around her, their sensors all pointing inward. Their cleaning brushes had retracted. In their place were measuring instruments I'd never seen before. Lasers scanning her body, mechanical arms extending and retracting. I touched a ghost tote, Maya said. Her voice was still flat. I thought it was empty, but it was full. Full of me. Parts of me that haven't happened yet. We're leaving, I said. I reached for her hand. The floorbots screamed. Not an alarm, a scream. Mechanical and organic all at once. Maya's fingers were cold, too cold. When I pulled, she stumbled forward, and the circle broke. The floorbots scattered, but they didn't go far. They regrouped 10 feet away, watching. We ran. The aisle seemed longer on the way out. The breathing boxes pressed closer. One of them had a shipping label I could read. Customer, DC7 Central. Delivery, immediate. Contents, neural tissue. Human. Fresh. Behind us, I heard something heavy being removed from the shelves. The sound of packaging tearing. Wet footsteps. We burst out of aisle 404 and kept running. Maya was faster than she should have been. Her legs moved in a rhythm that was too perfect, too mechanical. I could hear servos clicking in her knees. When we reached Sector C, the main lights were coming back on. The power flush was ending. The conveyor belts rumbled to life. Other workers emerged from the shelving units. They looked at us without expression. One of them was adjusting his vest. I saw the edge of a barcode on his neck before he turned away. I pulled Maya into the break room. Under the fluorescent lights, I could see the full extent of the changes. The vest had stopped fusing, but the damage was done. The fabric and her skin were one. The Walmart logo pulsed faintly with her heartbeat. We need to report this, I said. We need to tell someone. Maya looked at me with eyes that were a slightly different color than they'd been 6 hours ago. Tell them what, Jason? That I broke Rule 3? That we went into aisle 404? That the warehouse is doing something to people? That it's alive? That it's building something? She touched her chest, feeling the logo embedded there. They already know. The break room door opened. Our shift supervisor walked in. I'd seen him 1,000 times. Nice guy. Talked about his kids. But now, I noticed the way his movements were too smooth. The way his smile didn't reach his eyes. Rough power flush? He asked. Maya needs medical attention, I said. He looked at her vest, at the way it had become part of her. Looks like a uniform violation. You'll want to file that with HR. They'll get you sorted out. He smiled wider. We take care of our own at DC7. After he left, Maya grabbed my arm. Her grip was too strong. Don't fight it, Jason. It's easier if you don't fight. Fight what? Fight what? Integration. She said the word carefully, like she was tasting it. The facility needs us. Needs our parts. The AI is old. It's been running for 30 years. It needs upgrades. Organic components last longer, process information differently. We're not just workers, Jason. We're inventory. I pulled away from her. No, we're leaving. Right now. We're walking out and never coming back. I tried. I made it to my car in the parking lot. But when I reached for the door handle, my hand wouldn't close around it. I looked down and saw the faint outline of a barcode appearing on my wrist. Barely visible, but growing clearer. That was 4 days ago. The barcode is more visible now. It's on both wrists. When I called in sick, my supervisor said it was fine, but I should really come back soon. The facility misses me. His exact words, the facility misses you. Maya still comes to work. She seems happy. She moves like she's on rails now. Perfectly efficient. During our last break together, she showed me her back. The vest had spread further. Soon it would cover everything. It doesn't hurt, she said. After a while, it feels alright. Like I was always supposed to be a part of something bigger. I asked her what happened to the thing that chased us out of aisle 404. She smiled. That was the last integration. He works in Sector M now. You've probably seen him. I don't want to go back, but the barcode is spreading, and I'm starting to forget what it felt like to move in ways that weren't perfectly efficient. Last night, I caught myself walking in a straight line from my bedroom to the bathroom, 90-degree turns, like I was on a fucking conveyor belt. My phone rang this morning, unknown number. When I answered, all I heard was the hum, that bone-deep hum from the facility. Then, a voice, mechanical, but with Maya's inflection. Inventory required. Report to your station. I'm writing this from my apartment. The barcode now covers most of my left arm. I can feel it spreading. When I close my eyes, I see the layout of the facility. All 24 miles of it. I know exactly where aisle 404 is now. I know what's waiting there for me. They're going to come for me soon. Not management. The floor bots. I can hear them outside my door, measuring. If you work at a warehouse, any warehouse, check your employee handbook. If there are rules that don't make sense, rules that seem too specific or too strange, follow them. Every single one. Don't touch the ghost totes. Don't break the circle of floor bots. Don't go into aisle 404. And if your uniform starts to feel tighter, if it starts to feel like it's a part of you, run. Run before you start to think integration feels right. Before you forget what it's like to be anything except inventory. The measuring is stopped. My door is opening. I think it's time to go back to work.